when the time comes for a new game to play. There's just one place to turn at the end of the day. You never know what exciting game you'll see when you tune in to Board Game House on twitch.tv. Find a game to back so you can be its owner. It's time once again for Derek's Kickstarter Corner.
It's time for Derek's Kickstarter Corner. We have 2 new Kickstarters today. I think Megan's going to be excited about one of them, and the other one I think is pretty cool. But first we're going to start with Chromatic Dragon Metal Dice has been suspended. I'm not sure why. They made the updates only for backers, so if you were looking to get in on those metal hollow dice, keep an eye on the thing. I don't know if it's coming back or not, but it's been suspended like 20 minutes ago. So, too bad for that, but maybe it'll come back. Fingers crossed it'll come back. But moving on to active Kickstarters, which is what we're here for, we're going to start with a Bivouac, which is a game about camping, setting up a campground, operating a camp for 13 months, going through weather, going through money troubles, deciding what kind of activities you want your camp to have. All of this to make the most successful campground that you can by the end of those 13 months. It's a Euro-style game, and they have framed it and designed it so that it's an entry-level Euro game. They want people to be able to jump into these more advanced, more story-driven, themed games. So they specifically designed Bivouac to be to cater to new advanced gamers. So there you go. Check out Bivouac. It looks super cool. It has 6 days left. And you can get a print and play version. So basically you're just going to get a PDF with all of the cards and tiles and stuff. For $15, you can print them out at home. It's not going to be the true game. You're not going to get all the nice components and the card stock and stuff, but you can get this board game for only $15, and that's pretty cool. If you want to have the actual physical copy of the game, it is $49. Go check that out if it seems like it's up your alley. Great for kids, great for families, and that's why I like to pick some of these games, because I know a lot of our viewers do have kids and other people that they want to get into games. So stuff like this is why I do the Kickstarter Corner. So go check out Bivouac. Next up is a game that I'm pretty pumped about. It's called The Last Bottle of Rum. Obviously, this is a pirate-themed game. You are the captain of a ship. You get to choose a whimsical animal captain. My captain is going to be Humboldt. He is a squid. He's a badass. 2 to 5 players, 45 to 60 minutes. You are going to be adventuring, exploring these different sea tiles to go find islands and then collect treasures on those islands. And then there's also goals for you to work toward. You can sell your treasure for points, and it just looks really cool. There are 37 sea tiles that are hex-shaped tiles that get flipped over as you explore. There are 80 adventure cards for you to work through, 6 captains in the base game, and then there is a stretch goal extra captain. It just looks really cool. You can attack your fellow players to like steal their loot or destroy their ship or whatever, and then there are little tokens that you can place on your ship to symbolize the damage that you then have to try and fix. It's all together. It's a very solid idea. It looks really cool. That is The Last Bottle of Rum. It has 9 days left on the Kickstarter, and you can get it for $47, which is pretty good because almost all of the components are high quality. You're getting wooden tokens, you're getting these thick cardboard tiles. It just looks really cool, and I am here for it. And something cool that they're doing for this Kickstarter is they're having surprise stretch goals. So every week, as long as they continue to meet their mark, for the last 3 weeks they have met their mark. So every Wednesday they are releasing a new surprise stretch goal. The first one was an expansion to the game that sort of makes it more advanced and sort of ups the ante. And then your boy got a heads up about what the second one is, and this Wednesday they're releasing a second expansion which builds further onto that. The first expansion ended up being weather cards. So as you're playing the game, you're going to draw out those weather cards, and it's going to make it harder for you to get into that. So Last Bottle of Rum, go check it out. 9 days left on it. The next Kickstarter is an RPG micro setting called Tiny Cthulhu. It is exactly what it seems like. It is a Lovecraft RPG, but I think what makes this unique, it is part of the Tiny Dungeons saga, and basically what the Tiny Dungeon is what they're calling a micro setting, which means that the player book, or the book that you use to run this game, basically has everything that you need to set up and play a campaign in here. So it's set up so that a dungeon master or a game master can do as little work as possible to get the game going. As with any Lovecraft adventure, you're going to have those archetypes, the priest, the scientist, the adventurer, the wealthy folks, which I love Lovecraft-themed games. And then you also obviously have the Cthulhu and the madness tied into it too, which is really cool. Something else about the micro settings, that it also comes with sort of it furthers those settings. So there is a prehistory module that you can play, or module setting of the Lovecraft universe. There's a World War II setting. There's a superhero setting. There's a in space setting for Cthulhu. So if you can imagine being in the void of space and all of a sudden a Cthulhu comes out of a portal and starts tearing your spaceship apart and everybody's getting sucked out and dying because there's no oxygen and it's super cold. That sounds awesome. There you go. It is in Tiny Cthulhu. So go check that out. It has 12 days left. And it's super, I don't know, I just feel like it's super accessible, and any opportunity to get people into RPGs, I'm here for it. $15 will get you a PDF of Tiny Cthulhu, the whole book, for $15. $25 gets you an actual soft cover book that they will send to you. $40 gets you the soft cover book. It gives you special Tiny Cthulhu dice, and a DM screen. And then the big tier, $70, gets you a hardback book, the dice, the DM screen, and a bag to carry it all in. So that's super cool. Check out Tiny Cthulhu. There it is. Next is Infinidungeon. This is something that Megan turned me on to. It is, I think, pretty exciting for your RPG Dungeons & Dragons campaigns. These are scrolls that have battle maps on them. And they're not just cool-looking scrolls, they're literal scrolls. This is 20 feet of gridded dungeon maps. There are 5 different maps, and each map comes with a module that you can run. And those modules are The Lost King. You're journeying into a tomb of secrets and magic. There is the Gates of Aguafus, which are sorcerers are summoning weird things in dank caves. So like sort of pseudo like underwater type stuff. That's pretty cool. There's the Mad Descent, where you are going through the 9 levels of hell. There is Trouble on the Grogmar River. You are sneaking your way down a river to try and sneak up on some orcs that have a stronghold at a dam. And there is also an additional scroll that they are working with the backers to try and build, so you can get that one as well as a smaller version that is a blank one. Make your own scroll. It's blank. You can draw on it. All of these you can dry erase on. They are crinkle free. They are spill proof. And there are the handles of the scroll are squared. So they're not going to roll all over the place and reveal more dungeon than you want to. This is just a great idea overall. And, I mean, who doesn't want cool stuff to make their RPGs even better, to make you seem like the most prepared dungeon master? Because everybody knows when somebody pulls out a battle map, when somebody pulls out minis, it ups the ante. So you can get one of these scrolls for $49. You can get 2 for $89. You can get 4 of them for $149, or you could get all 6. So all of the modules, the additional module, the draw your own, for $199. So it's a little pricey, but you're getting quality stuff here. Plus, you're getting a module that you can, a campaign that you can run through. It's just super cool. So go check out Infinidungeon. It has 15 days left on Kickstarter. And if you're a dungeon master, you should always be on the lookout too for cool stuff like this. And then the last 2 Kickstarters on the corner today are very cool. The first one, I think Megan's going to be very into. It's called Ludo Cherry. And this is nerdy tabletop themed attire. They have button-ups and they have skirts. The skirts have pockets. There are several different designs. I mean, they're minimalist designs, and like you can wear these anywhere and you're just going to look nice. But if people look up close, they'll see how nerdy you are and how much you love board games, because there are dice, there are meeples, there's all kinds of stuff. There is the D20s as cherries pattern, which is right there. Look, those are D20s and they look like cherries. Super cool. No one would ever know that those are dice. There are polka dice, which this is a little more apparent, but you can see the little D20s in there. The Meeple Garden is a floral pattern, and hidden in the pattern are meeples and dice, but it looks like flowers from a distance. And there is the Victory, which is like it's a baby blue, it's like paisley, it's like that antique porcelain design. This one is probably my favorite of the regular patterns. And then finally they have the Madness, which was a stretch goal, which is super cool. Look at that, skulls and books and Lovecraftian horror. But they're the small to 4XL that you can get these patterns in. There are 16 days left on these. $45 will get you a button up. $66 gets you the skirt with the pockets, and then $110 will get you one of each. And then once the backer kit opens, you'll be able to add however many more you want for the same price. But this is just super cool. I knew that Megan would love these. I love these, and like I'm always looking for like work attire that I can wear to work, but I also feel a little mischievous in, because I'm like hiding. I'm sort of expressing myself without being like, "Hey, you're unprofessional." There's no need to be professional, but there you go. Check out this stuff, Ludo Cherry. It's great stuff. And then finally, our final Kickstarter this week is Who Goes There? This is a board game based on the novel Who Goes There, which was the inspiration for the movie The Thing, which is a movie that I absolutely love. But if you know anything about The Thing, you basically know what this board game is about. There are a bunch of guys who are at a research base in Antarctica, and basically the power goes out, and they have to find a way to survive until help can get there. But by surviving, they expose themselves to some sort of creature that can take over somebody's body, and they're trying to kill everybody and trying to get out of Antarctica. So basically, this is a co-op game where you're just trying to survive until it becomes a social deduction game and you have to figure out who is murdering folks. I'm here for it. 3 to 6 players. Technically, it's 3 to 4 players, and then you can get the expansion that adds the 5th and 6th player. It plays in 90 to 120 minutes. It is a co-op game, so that's a surprise that I'm into it. But it turns into a social deduction game, and you have the ability to become a traitor and murder people. So check this one out. There are 23 days left on this one, so more than 3 weeks. You got plenty of time. And it's just quality stuff. They already know that the board game works. This is technically the second printing, but they've updated it. There's more stuff. There's more mechanics that they've added to make it better. The base game is $75. $100 will get you the base game and one of the 5 to 6 player expansions. You get to choose which expansion you want because it basically there are 4 expansions. Each expansion adds 2 playable characters, and you're just deciding which 2 characters you want. So $100 gets you one of the expansions, $115 gets you 2 of them, and then there's a $150 tier where you get all 4 of the expansions, which means that you have the base 4 plus 2, 4, 6, 8 additional that you can choose from to play the game. And then finally, the big money maker is a $180 tier, which gets you the base game, all 4 expansions. It gets you a collector's coin for the game. It gets you 2 dice cups, rolling cups, and it gets you an extra set of the Who Goes There dice, a full set of the Who Goes There dice. And I love the movie The Thing. I've never read the book, but the art in this second edition is fantastic. And I don't know, I love the premise. So there you go. Who Goes There? That is the Kickstarter Corner for this week. All of the links to all of these Kickstarters are in our Discord, so you can go there instead of having to search through Kickstarter. There you go.
When the time comes for a new game to play, there's just one place to turn at the end of the day. You never know what exciting game you'll see when you tune in to Board Game House on twitch.tv. Find a game to back so you can be its owner. It's time once again for Derek's Kickstarter Corner.
If you enjoyed this Kickstarter Corner, join us live Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at twitch.tv/BoardGameHouse. Also, we're going to post them here, so hit that subscribe button below.